First Contact and Deception. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the bridge of the UES Horizon, Earth's newest diplomatic vessel, watching the approaching alien ship with measured curiosity. The vessel's organic curves and iridescent hull marked it as Zarkak's design, matching the credentials they transmitted ahead of their meeting. "They're hailing us again, Captain," Lieutenant Rodriguez reported from his communication station, still claiming to be representatives of the Zarkak's Merchant Guild. Chen nodded, her dark eyes never leaving the main viewport. 20 years of space service had taught her to trust her instincts, and something about this encounter felt wrong. The ship's proportions were slightly off for a merchant vessel, and their approach vector seemed more aggressive than necessary. "Open the channel," she ordered, straightening her uniform. The holographic display materialized, revealing a tall, avian-like alien with shimming scales and 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern. "Greetings, Earth vessel," the alien's translator conveyed in smooth tones. "I am Trade Minister Vextor. We are honored to make first contact with your species." Chen smiled diplomatically, even as she noticed subtle inconsistencies in the alien's ceremonial robes. "Minister Vextor, I'm Captain Sarah Chen of the United Earth Ship Horizon. We're pleased to establish diplomatic relations with the Zarkak's people." Indeed, Vextor's upper eyes blinked independently of the lower pair. "We've heard fascinating things about humanity's rapid advancement into space. Perhaps we could come aboard to discuss potential trade arrangements." Before Chen could respond, her tactical officer, Commander James Wallace, sent a private message to her neural implant. "Cyan complete. Weapon Sign HURES DTKT. Not met AT shading MERCJANT WAREJSTRI." Chen maintained her diplomatic smile while subtly signaling her crew to battle stations through their neural network. "We would be delighted, Minister. However, our docking protocols require some preparation. Would you mind holding position while we ready our reception area?" Of course. Vextor agreed too quickly. "Though I must insist we expedite the process. Our schedule is quite tight." As the crew quietly prepared for combat, Chen engaged in small talk, buying time. "Tell me, Minister, how long have you represented the Merchant Guild?" "Oh, many cycles," Vextor replied vaguely. "We are well established throughout this sector." Weapons charging. Wallace's message flashed in Chen's mind. 3 more ships dropping out of FTL behind us. Chen's smile never wavered. "Fascinating. Though I must admit, I'm curious about something." She paused deliberately. "Why would a trade minister need military-grade particle cannons?" Vextor's facade cracked instantly, his scales flaring red. "Take them." The alien ship's weapons blazed to life, but the horizon was already moving. Chen had authorized full tactical response the moment she confirmed their suspicions, and humanity's diplomatic vessel revealed its true nature. The horizon's outer hull, appearing decorative to most scans, transformed as thousands of microscopic panels shifted, revealing a state-of-the-art point defense system. The pirates' first volley scattered harmlessly against quantum-shifted shields that humanity had perfected, but never revealed to the galactic community. "Target their weapon systems," Chen ordered calmly. "Show them why it's unwise to underestimate humanity." The Horizon's response was devastating. Precision strikes disabled the pirate vessel's primary weapons, while quantum-locked tractor beams prevented their escape. The 3 supporting ships, expecting easy prey, found themselves facing a vessel that had been purposefully designed to appear weaker than it was. "This is impossible." Vextor raged across the still-open channel. "You're supposed to be primitives. New to space." Chen allowed herself a genuine smile this time. "A word of advice, Minister. Humanity learned long ago that it's better to be underestimated. We've been preparing for threats like you since we first looked to the stars." The battle was brief but decisive. The Horizon disabled 2 of the supporting vessels while the 3rd fled, carrying word to the pirate clans that humanity was not the easy target they'd appeared to be. As Chen supervised the capture of the remaining pirates, She knew this was just the beginning. "Send word to Fleet Command," she ordered. "Operation Honeypot is a success." The pirates took the bait. She watched as boarding teams secured the disabled vessels. Now we can track them back to their bases and end their threat permanently. Earth had known about the pirate threat for months, gathering intelligence while appearing vulnerable. Now the trap was sprung, and humanity would show the galaxy why it was unwise to mistake technological advancement for military capability. The pirates thought they were hunting easy prey, never realizing they were the ones being hunted all along. The pirates' fatal mistake. Admiral Krasful slammed his clawed fist into the holographic display, causing the image to flicker. The leader of the Varanigd Pirate Confederation faced his assembled captains in their hidden base deep within the Skurd Nebula. The footage of the UES Horizon's victory played again, drawing hisses of disbelief from the gathered pirates. "One ship," he growled, his crystalline scales reflecting the dim light. "One supposedly diplomatic vessel disabled 3 of our best crews." His secondary arms twitched with barely contained rage. "This cannot stand." Captain Lixtra, one of his most experienced raiders, stepped forward. Her cybernetic eye whirred as it analyzed the battle footage. "The humans deceived us, Admiral. Their technology is more advanced than our intelligence suggested." "No," Krasful's mandibles clicked in disagreement. "One ship with good defenses doesn't make them strong. They're still a young species, barely a century into FTL travel. We've been raiding systems for millennia." He activated a different hologram, showing a small human colony on the edge of their territory. "New Eden, population 50,000. They'd want to play warriors. Let's show them what real pirates can do." None of the assembled captains noticed the subtle quantum signature of a human stealth probe recording their entire meeting. Governor Maria Santos stood in New Eden's command center, watching the pirate fleet emerge from FTL with calm determination. 30 ships, significantly more than intelligence had predicted. "Perfect. All civilians secured in the shelters?" she asked, though she already knew the answer. The colony had been preparing for this moment for months. "Yes, Governor," her security chief confirmed, "though I still think you should join them." Santos shook her head, gray hair catching the light of tactical displays. "The pirates need to see me here, scared and helpless." She smiled. "It makes the trap more convincing." The pirates didn't immediately open fire, instead broadcasting their demands across all frequencies. Admiral Krasful's imposing figure dominated the communications screen. "People of New Eden," his translated voice boomed, "your pathetic defenses are no match for our fleet. Surrender your colony and resources, and we may let you live as slaves." Santos activated her comm, making sure to let her voice tremble slightly. "Please, we're just a small farming colony. We have no military presence here. Surely we can negotiate." "The time for negotiations ended when you damaged our ships," Krasful snarled. "Now you'll learn why the Varanigd Confederation is feared across 3 spiral arms." The pirate fleet moved into attack formation, weapons charging. They expected minimal resistance from the colony's token defensive satellites. They didn't expect what happened next. The seemingly decorative orbital platforms around New Eden suddenly shifted, quantum fields dropping to reveal state-of-the-art weapon systems. The communications arrays on the surface transformed into artillery positions. And most importantly, the massive grain silos, the colony's supposed primary export, split apart to reveal squadron after squadron of waiting fighters. "Now," Santos ordered, her voice now firm and commanding, "show them why you don't threaten human colonies." The trap was sprung with devastating precision. The pirates found themselves caught in a carefully planned kill box, their ships targeted from multiple angles. What they thought was a vulnerable farming colony was actually one of humanity's most sophisticated military installations, disguised through years of careful planning. Krasful's flagship rocked with impacts as his shields failed. Impossible. The orbital defenses, the fighters. This was all planned. "Admiral," Santos replied, now allowing herself a genuine smile. Did you really think humanity survived centuries of our own wars without learning the art of deception? Every colony you've observed, every trade route you've mapped. We've been watching you watch us, waiting for this moment. The battle was brutally one-sided. Human fighters demonstrated maneuvers that should have been impossible, their pilots merely linked to their craft in ways the pirates had never seen. The orbital platforms fired with precision that spoke of artificial intelligence beyond what the pirates thought humans capable of developing. As his fleet crumbled around him, Krasthul realized his fatal error. He hadn't attacked a vulnerable colony. He'd attacked a carefully constructed trap, designed specifically to draw out and destroy a significant portion of his forces. Full retreat, he ordered, but it was too late. Quantum mines, hidden in the debris field his own ships had created, activated, cutting off their escape routes. By the time the battle ended, only 3 pirate vessels managed to flee, leaving behind the burning wreckage of their confederates. In the command center, Santos watched the retreating ships with satisfaction. Send word to Fleet Command. Phase 2 is complete. The pirates took heavier losses than expected. She paused, reviewing the battle data. They'll be desperate now, ready for Phase 3. Her staff nodded, already preparing for the next stage of humanity's carefully orchestrated campaign. The pirates thought they were punishing humanity for a single act of defiance. Instead, they were being systematically dismantled by a species that had spent generations preparing for galactic warfare. Operation Thunderstrike. Fleet Admiral Helena Reyes stood before the holographic war table aboard the UES Retribution, Earth's newest carrier-class warship. The massive vessel, hidden until now, represented the true extent of human military capability. Around her, squadron leaders and ship captains watched as she outlined humanity's counteroffensive. The pirates expect us to be reeling from their attack on New Eden. Rise began, her weathered face illuminated by the tactical display. Instead, we've confirmed the locations of 12 major pirate bases, 3 shipyards, and their primary command center. Captain Chen of the Horizon, now revealed as an advanced scout ship, raised an eyebrow. The quantum trackers worked. Better than expected, Rise smiled. Every pirate ship that escaped New Eden led us straight to their hidden infrastructure. But more importantly, she expanded the hologram, showing a complex network of quantum signatures. They've revealed their entire FTL communication network. The assembled officers studied the data with predatory satisfaction. Humanity had spent decades developing quantum tracking technology, knowing it would be essential for galactic warfare. While other species focused on faster ships and bigger weapons, Earth had perfected the art of information warfare. Operation Thunderstrike begins in 6 hours, Rice continued. This isn't just about destroying their military capability. We're going to dismantle their entire organization in a single coordinated strike. Admiral Krasthul paced in his command center, hidden deep within an asteroid fortress. The losses at New Eden had been catastrophic, but he was certain the humans couldn't find their bases. The Varanade Confederation had survived for centuries by keeping their infrastructure secret. Admiral, his tactical officer called out, we're detecting quantum fluctuations in multiple sectors. Probably solar activity, Krasthul dismissed. Our base is air. The fortress shook violently. Warning sirens blared as multiple breach points appeared simultaneously across the asteroid's surface. But instead of ships, the humans had sent something far more terrifying. Autonomous combat drones, each carrying a quantum-linked AI that adapted faster than any organic mind could react. Across pirate-controlled space, the same scene played out at every major base and installation. The humans struck everywhere at once, using technology that shouldn't have existed. Their drones moved with impossible precision, their weapons pierced supposedly impenetrable shields, and their tactical AI predicted and countered every pirate response before it could be implemented. How are they hitting every base simultaneously? Krasthul roared as his command center crumbled around him. How did they even find us? The answer came in the form of a transmission, broadcasting on their own secure frequencies. Admiral Rice's face appeared on every screen in pirate territory. "Did you think we wouldn't notice your ships scanning our colonies?" Her voice was calm, almost conversational. "Every scan you performed, every piece of data you collected, we let you have it. And each time, your ships carry our quantum trackers back to your bases." The revelation hit Krasval like a physical blow. Every raid, every reconnaissance mission, every escaped ship, they had been mapping their own network for the humans. In orbit around his fortress, the UES Retribution decloaked, revealing its true form. The massive ship had been designed not just for combat, but as a mobile command center for coordinating multi-system warfare. Its quantum computer cores processed battlefield data from thousands of drones across dozens of systems, adapting strategies faster than organic commanders could comprehend. "Your Confederation dies today," Rice continued. "But we're not like you. Surrender now, and you'll face justice in a human court. Resist." She let the alternative hang unspoken as another wave of drones breached the asteroid's defenses. Krastal watched his empire crumble in real time. The humans hadn't just outfought them. They'd outthought them at every turn. While the pirates had been playing at being galactic terrors, humanity had been preparing for full-scale interstellar warfare. "All forces," he finally broadcast, his voice heavy with defeat, "stand down. The humans have won." The battle ended as quickly as it began. In less than 6 hours, humanity had dismantled what had taken the pirates centuries to build. As capture teams secured the bases and rounded up the surviving pirates, Admiral Rice sent a final message to Earth Command. "Operation Thunderstrike complete. All primary targets neutralized. The Varanide Confederation has surrendered." She paused, watching the cleanup operations across multiple systems. "Request permission to proceed with Phase 4, establishing the Human Protectorate Initiative for securing former pirate territory." The response was immediate. "Permission granted. Show them why humanity doesn't just win wars. We build peace." "Would you like me to continue with Part 4, where we explore the aftermath and the pirates' realization of just how thoroughly humanity had outmaneuvered them?" The hunter becomes the hunted. Likstra, former pirate captain and now prisoner of war, sat in her cell aboard the UES Retribution, watching her human guards with newfound respect. The cell wasn't what she had expected. Clean, comfortable, and dignified. It spoke volumes about humanity's approach to warfare and justice. "Your interrogator is ready," announced a young human lieutenant. But instead of the harsh questioning she expected, Likstra found herself led to a comfortable conference room where Admiral Rice herself waited. "Please, sit." Rice gestured to a chair. "I think it's time we had an honest conversation about what happens next." Likstra's cybernetic eye whirred as it analyzed the Admiral. "You're not what we thought you were. None of you are." "No," Rice agreed, sliding a data tablet across the table. "Look at this." The tablet displayed a comprehensive timeline of human space development. But what caught Likstra's attention were the preparation dates. Military strategies developed decades before first contact, defense systems designed to counter technologies humanity hadn't yet encountered, and contingency plans for scenarios that hadn't yet occurred. "You were ready for us before you even knew we existed," Likstra realized, mandibles clicking in astonishment. "Humanity has a long history of warfare," Rice explained. "When we reached for the stars, we didn't just hope for peace. We prepared for everything. The pirates, the empires, the tentative allies. We studied you all while appearing to be simple newcomers." In the Scared Nebula, the remnants of the pirate fleet watched in disbelief as human ships systematically dismantled their hidden supply caches and backup bases. Captain Chen, now commanding a task force, coordinated the operation with ruthless efficiency. "Hidden base in Sector 7 neutralized," her tactical officer reported. "That's the 43rd secondary facility we found using the quantum trace network." Chen nodded, studying the tactical display. The pirates had built redundancy upon redundancy, hiding resources and personnel across hundreds of systems. But they had never encountered an enemy who could track quantum communications themselves, turning their own security measures into a map of their infrastructure. Another distress call from the Outer Rim. Rodriguez reported from communications. Pirates trying to establish a new haven in unclaimed space. Send them our standard response, Chen ordered with a slight smile. Across pirate communication channels, the message played. To all former members of the Veronade Confederation, every ship you launch, every base you establish, every communication you send carries our quantum trackers. You can run, you can hide, but you're only leading us to more of your allies. The psychological impact was devastating. The pirates had always relied on the vastness of space to escape persecution. Now that same vastness had become a trap. Every attempt to rebuild their network only served to reveal more of their surviving infrastructure to the humans. Back in the conference room, Rai showed Lixtra another display. This one showing the systematic dismantling of pirate operations across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. Your people have a choice, Rai explained. Continue running, and we'll continue hunting. Or, she paused, letting the alternative hang in the air. Or what? Lixtra asked, though she suspected she knew the answer. Help us establish order in the sectors you once terrorized. Your people know these regions better than anyone. You understand the criminal networks, the hidden routes, the unofficial power structures. Help us transform them into legitimate trade routes and monitored spaces. Lixtra's cybernetic eye focused on Reyes. You're offering us jobs. As what? Peacekeepers. As consultants, initially. Eventually, as full partners in maintaining galactic security. Reyes leaned forward. Humanity doesn't just win wars, Captain. We transform our enemies into allies. It's how we survived our own bloody history. The former pirate captain considered this. She had watched humanity dismantle the most powerful pirate confederation in known space in less than a week. But instead of executing their prisoners or leaving the conquered territories in chaos, they were offering a path to redemption. Why? Lixtra finally asked. Why show mercy to pirates? Because true victory isn't about destruction, Rise replied. It's about construction. Building something better from the ashes of conflict. We didn't just plan how to defeat you. We planned how to help you become something more. Would you like me to continue with the final part, where we see the transformation of former pirate territories and the emergence of a new galactic order under human guidance? Victory and consequences. 1 year later, the space station New Horizon hung in the void where the Veronade Confederation's main fortress once stood. Its sleek design combined human efficiency with alien aesthetics, a physical symbol of the transformation that had swept through former pirate space. Admiral Rives stood at the station's main observation deck, watching ships pass through the newly established trade routes. Merchant vessels now moved freely through sectors that had once been deadly pirate hunting grounds. But what caught her attention were the patrol ships. Former pirate vessels now retrofitted and repurposed, their crews a mix of humans and reformed pirates. The quarterly reports are in, Admiral, Captain Chen announced, joining her at the window. Criminal activity in former Confederate space is down 87%. Legitimate trade has increased by over 300%. And our new allies? Rise asked, though she already knew the answer. Exceeding expectations. Turns out ex-pirates make excellent anti-piracy forces. They know all the tricks. Below them, in the station's massive training center, Lixtra was conducting a briefing for a mixed group of human and alien security forces. Her experience as a former pirate captain, combined with human tactical training, had made her an invaluable instructor in the new Galactic Security Initiative. Pirates think in terms of individual profit, she explained to her class. Humanity taught us to think in terms of sustainable systems. You don't just stop a raid. You prevent the conditions that make raiding attractive in the first place. In his new office aboard New Horizon, former Admiral Krasfull, now security consultant Krasfull, reviewed intelligence reports with his human counterparts. The transition hadn't been easy, but he had come to respect, even admire, humanity's approach to galactic order. Another attempted pirate startup in the Outer Rim, he noted, pushing a report across the table. They're using some of our old tactics, and they'll learn the same lesson we did, his human colleague replied. The galaxy isn't what it used to be. The truth of that statement was evident everywhere. Human quantum tracking technology, now integrated into legitimate trade routes, made unauthorized shipping nearly impossible. Former pirate havens had been transformed into thriving commercial hubs. The very skills that had made the Varanade Confederation dangerous now served to protect the peace they had once disrupted. At a diplomatic reception later that evening, representatives from dozens of species gathered to mark the first anniversary of the Galactic Security Initiative. Admiral Rice took the podium, surveying the diverse crowd. A year ago, many questioned our methods, she began. They wondered why humanity would offer redemption to those who had threatened us. But we understood something fundamental about peace. It cannot be maintained through force alone. True security comes from transformation, not destruction. She gestured to the former pirates in the audience, now wearing the uniforms of the Security Initiative. Our greatest victory wasn't defeating the Confederate fleet. It was proving that even those society had written off as irredeemable could contribute to a greater good. In the audience, various alien species listened with newfound respect. Humanity had proven itself not just militarily superior, but philosophically advanced. They had achieved what countless empires had failed to do, not just defeating pirates, but ending the very conditions that made piracy profitable. Later, alone in her office, Rice reviewed the final phase of humanity's long-term strategy. The screen displayed details of the next steps: expanding the Security Initiative, establishing more trading hubs, and gradually introducing more advanced human technology to their allies. Computer, she commanded, send the Phase 6 authorization to Earth Command. The foundation is laid. The galaxy is ready for humanity's full emergence. The response came quickly. Understood, Admiral. The United Earth Council confirms that Operation Phoenix is proceeding as planned. All stages from first contact to galactic integration have followed the projected path. Humanity's full technological and cultural integration can begin. Rice smiled, thinking of how far they'd come. What had started as a campaign against pirates had revealed humanity's true nature to the galaxy, not just their military might or technological advancement, but their capacity to transform enemies into allies and chaos into order. Outside her window, ships of all species moved through the newly secured trade routes, their quantum signatures tracked and protected by the same technology that had once hunted them. In the distance, the first of humanity's new generation ships was emerging from stealth, its design a perfect blend of power and peace. The galaxy was changing, and humanity had proved itself not just capable of surviving in it, but of leading it toward something better. The pirates had thought they were dealing with naive newcomers to space. Instead, they had encountered a species that had spent generations preparing not just for war, but for the peace that would follow. The age of piracy was over. The age of humanity had begun.